Alright, hello all!
Hello, friends.
Woo woo!
Yay! We're here! We're late, but we're here!
Oh, excuse me, yay. Sorry.
I mean, I won't point out that I was the only one who wasn't late, but that's okay.
You won't point out? Excuse me.
Well, you did. So, no, okay.
First
okay,
of all, fuck you.
Listen, I have a genuine excuse. I've decided it went into all of a sudden.
Yeah, Mana has a solid excuse. How dare you?
Like, it literally wanted to update, like, right now. And I'm like, bitch? Good time.
I have no defense for myself, but how dare you throw Mana under the same bus?
Thank you, Lemur.
You're welcome.
That's you're the best host right now.
I'm feeling really attacked right now, so...
You should.
Good time.
So, hi, we're a
This is
fucking
gonna be a
mess
great
today.
stream. I'm starting out with some strong
Great
fight me
start.
energy.
So, I'm Kels. I play the protagonist, so I play Dionosuke Naruhodo, and I don't know, I fucking wear a watch.
Hello, my name is Mana, and I don't wear a watch, but I play the sluts. Usually. Today there was a tweet going around saying name a slut and a man whore, and I'm like, Herlock Sholmes, and I'm like, wow, that's me.
Forearms.
So I'm your local man slut. Thank you.
I don't know how I can follow that up. Shit, man. I'm Lemur. I play our dear departed Susato, who we'll never see ever again because this is the 1800s and we'll just never see her again.
Sometimes we can even hear her voice.
Yeah. I obviously also play other people because what else would be the point of me if I only did one NPC or one side character? I play like the judge and like half the jury and probably some other people. I don't remember. We'll find out as together.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
We'll discover it together. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. So now that we've gotten through that, let's go ahead and just like recap and jump in, because I don't know what pre-show banter would be like today.
Yeah.
This was the pre-show banter.
For those of you that were at our Mario Kart stream on Christmas, this is the same energy that we're bringing in, except for the fact it's a random Thursday.
Yeah. There was a lot of fight me energy in that stream.
There really was. All right, so recap. Iris took Susato's place as our co-counsel while her train home is stuck in the rain. Von Zeeks alluded to a past betrayal as the reason for his racism against the Nipponese. The Skulkin brothers, who tried to rob Windibank, testified alongside Gregson, but neglected to mention shooting Sholmes, not Holmes. It's now in the public domain, though,
It's
so
public domain, so if you... Yeah,
they can't
exactly.
sue me now, or something. I don't know how that works. Sholmes' camera setup caught a pic of Gina holding Windibank at gunpoint. The autopsy says whoever shot him aimed from below. The jury is prejudiced against Gina for her criminal record. It consists of Gerida from last case, a very classist maid who wants to incinerate the poor, a stereoscope enthusiast, a doctor, an electronic message woman, and William Bolshevik, the Russian revolutionary that Sholmes accused us of being when Kazuma died. He has a rat. We changed to different minds with the summation examination to continue the trial. Our full name of Ashley is Professor Egg Ashley Charles Augustus Milverton Aggie Grinch Gina Ted Skulky Chip Baskerville Benovich Moriarty III. And yes, you do have to use his full name.
I always laugh at the Aggie part. I don't know why.
I just love how we have Augustus and Aggie. So, like, I assume that they would come from the same name, but maybe not.
I thought Aggie was like that slang for like aggravating.
I don't know, is it?
Yeah. When someone's like, oh my god, I'm so Aggie. It's like, you're aggravating.
What a cutesy way to say you're mad.
Yeah, really. I don't know
I'm
about you,
still
but
a
if
little
someone
bit
said that
aggy.
to me, I would just get more mad.
Yeah.
OMG, you're so aggy.
Yeah, that's a
OMG, you're gonna die. Our racism count is 14. Our classism count is 6, so it's getting up there. And our hollow chalice count, our poor prosecutor is only 3 chalices in. So, he's not
He's
quite
gonna
as drunk
catch
as
up.
normal.
Some more.
There will be more, I promise you.
Oh, absolutely.
All
I was
right.
gonna be hammered by the end of this stream.
Yeah, really. Ah.
Also, if my mic does the random clicking noise, it's because I'm going to continuously mute myself so I can finish eating my dinner so you don't have to deal with all of my chewing sounds.
Sounds good.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
I don't remember I remember that I had the stereoscope guy and I had like a nasally voice for him. Do I remember any of my other voices? No.
That's fine.
I just
promise.
whip and I nay and I improvise.
Exactly. I was about to say, I promise once we get to our not sponsored by D&D Beyond tabletop game that I'm much better as a DM remembering what the fuck I'm doing. I promise. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Right after this. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand.
Here they come, Mario and Luigi, but as gangsters.
And the long lost brother, Gregson.
Yep.
Was I
Fish and chips.
Wario or Waluigi? I don't remember.
You're the tall one.
The tall one. Okay.
I'm Mario, you're Luigi.
Okay. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination. Oh, yeah, Governor. That's definitely not the voice, but that's what we're going with.
It's fine.
I did, Gov, I did.
He got a new voice during the break. It's fine. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. I almost read that as Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin,
Right.
and
Oh, blimey.
oh, this is gonna be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks.
Well, it was Bedlam soon as, weren't it?
It wasn't actually was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out and me Lucy lockets.
However, that was a lie. You brothers
Blimey!
Oh, blimey.
on the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing
Nothing
of
of
the
the
sort. How'd you figure that out?
Dot. British dots.
You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you will tell the truth.
Nothing but the truth and no. Oh yeah, I have wine.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment.
Damn, that was my good glove.
And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again.
Exclamation point.
A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gov. We ain't yell, we'll blam, we'll squeak, we'll beach.
All right, let's get into our witness testimony. Illegal entry. The whole truth. This time.
All right. That's not even the same voice I was doing earlier. All right, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. That got southern.
This man is very lost. That's fine.
It was when we had the gunshots. They made us both jump, and all that stuff went flying.
It didn't give me a fright. We was thinking, oh fuck, I hate this. We all know this. This is well established. I hate this. We was thinking the shooter'd come out of the door and get us next. That's why I don't do a
Big
voice
ass
for him.
chin. Holy shit.
Anyway, we stuck everything back where we found it and stabbed straight into him in the black.
What?
We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker. See, we never even had a chance, did we?
I do not understand anything they said during that testimony other than they didn't rifle through things.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to read that, and I don't know what I said.
So hopefully pressing is going to help us here.
Yeah, let's get some explanations, because what?
Press them like a grape.
So you admit to the defense's accusation? Accusation. That was a statement, not a question. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibank's countertop on the night in question. Not ransack, Governor, no.
Yes, right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tied it up, yeah?
No.
No!
Oh, someone's about to be bitch slapped.
Oh, sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
They hardly sound like roughs at all.
Oh, we don't, Nash, we don't. Kinda make us sound a bit more cutthroat.
It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windibank's that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it.
Gregson, like, he's a part of this.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Even though I totally agree with chat that Gregson is the one I trust the least out of the witnesses. Anyway, all right, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. Nothing.
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, plot. We ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
Yeah, we ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good.
Said Ringo, me old China.
What?
What?
I don't know.
We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
And in fact, now, as a result of your lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
Yep.
Well,
It's rotten luck.
Says the rotten apple eater.
Ringo.
Anyway, witnesses.
that joke you told us about last stream.
I
Their
did.
names.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
pun
that
with
now.
their names.
Yeah.
Explain your actions to the court.
In a week.
Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
It's been over a week, actually. We never ransacked nothing.
Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up. With violence. You're sorry.
Sorry. Oh, my bad. I assumed it was me.
It was
kind of
when
had
we had the gunshot scene, made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
So, what you're saying is The sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter?
One of us that much, yeah. Looks at his brother. This old bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Oh, look, it was loud, all right. Blimey, my dead granny would have woken up in that bang.
He screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over the counter.
I would not have guessed he was the older one.
Right.
He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
Hey, that got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them scales on the floor?
You've really mastered working quietly, then.
No. What a racket! My granny would have been scared back into her grave at a clatter like that.
So, in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
Is that right?
I meant... Sorry. I meant it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, BAM!
Gregson, are you okay?
He's having an attack right now. He's like, oh,
He's
bitch,
having-
I don't want to be part of this.
I have seen
pretty
animals in the zoo get fed with
stress
less
eating.
Excuse me.
less
somebody-
enthusiasm.
Somebody has
Right.
something to say.
Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped with these scoundrels.
No? Something
not-
to add about their testimony? You seemed to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
Probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
Yeah, if only Gumshoe figured that one out.
About
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
fish and chips. As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story than to what they're saying now.
Narc. Snitches get stitches, Gregson.
Yep.
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot.
And you thought this was just a little detail that you shouldn't mention?
Yes.
It might have. Does it ring a bell now that you mention it?
He's not used to being on this side of being a snitch.
Yeah.
Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall forever bring very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy.
Won't get it right this time.
Can you imagine if this is how real testifying works? Yeah, that's it. Yep. It's all coming back to me now.
Then speak.
Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable mind, sirs.
Right, Parker.
How did everyone become a governor, Al? Oh, no.
Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!"
Hold it!
So, in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously?
We did.
Although I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yell and all.
If you don't want to get shot.
Bam.
The kind of thing.
A career in acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell?
Of course we could. From the other side of the door, behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom where the victim was found dead.
Did I sound like Yoda for 3 seconds?
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank. Me granny's life, course it was.
Team Skull.
On Is Granny's Life, of course it was.
Aren't they brothers?
Right.
Wouldn't you share the same granny?
Questionable.
So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice?
So that would mean what?
What, Nash? What? Any ideas?
Sorry. Yes, counsel, indeed it would.
Push it. Thus.
Nah. We didn't know the geezer.
Yeah,
No,
how am I
no.
supposed to deny
Batman.
it when that bloke in all the fancy club is giving all the evil eye? My boot is getting very warm right now because I want to step on something. If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. On my granny's life it is.
On Is Granny's Life, it must be.
Oh, it's a good job his granny's dead.
Oh my god.
Wow, he's just assumed that. Anyway, to summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. You make it sound like we're clumsy.
Don't forget we tied it up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it,
The wording.
the bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl. He was holding the gun?
Yeah, I think we've got a pretty obvious issue here.
Right.
Let's see. I mean, he's pretty clearly not holding a gun, so I'm just gonna call him on it. We have enough points, if I'm wrong. So you're saying, I feel like I've said that over and over again this trial, that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Winterbank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, Gov. We got the
Ironic.
picture. You've got the picture.
Sure do.
Yeah, he is, Nash. He is, no question.
And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Winterbank was not holding a firearm of any description.
Wait, what?
Gordon Bennett. That ain't right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified at as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand.
Yeah, that mole tooler used the victim's own gun to finish him off.
Bam! That kind of thing.
Hold it!
Stay exactly where you are. Right there.
Eh?
If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Maverick, you've had that. Thank you. Goodness, are you sure, Counsel? Counsel.
You intrigue me, my learned friend. But let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments?
I mean, the gun only had one bullet in it. And we know that the bullet hole is in the victim.
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna go with the crime scene photograph again.
Take that!
So, call it good. According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so, we've been led to believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, if I could ask the court to study the photograph of the victim's body again, you can clearly see that Mr. Windibank was in fact shot from behind.
Eh.
So,
Ah.
as I stated before, for Waluigi in the in the witness box, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Pronounce you Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. I forgot he was on a box. But it's the God's honest truth.
Yes, it is when you shot the knife.
The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw it with our own bleeding eyes.
So how'd you see it?
With
I-
our eyes?
Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun?
In the locked room.
Yes.
Some like that might have slipped out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw, with their own eyes, the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person.
Hey, yo. You go hook your nation. Oh!
Odar, Odar, Odar. Witnesses, explain yourself at once. Well, the thing is, it weren't supposed to,
I need my other gloves. It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. You will be dead by the end of this.
I am unable to understand. Am I to understand that you replaced the truths of your original testimony with renewed lies? So sorry, Governor. Truth is, well,
Cut it out, Nash, cut it out. If we play now, you know what it'll do to us.
Who are they talking about?
Who else has great big gloves? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
I feel like it can't be Von Zeeks that is threatening them. Because he seems
No,
just as annoyed as we do. So who's
maybe
he?
it's our Aggie bitch. It's probably Aggie bitch.
Maybe.
the Gilded?
Yeah, maybe. Him too.
Oh,
Who all do we have here? I mean, maybe it's Herlock Sholmes. We don't know.
It could be Herlock
He's
Sholmes.
dead.
Oh no, it's definitely Iris.
Mr. Eggert.
Egg.
It's clearly Gregson. Well, that's interesting. I don't remember him in our previous ones.
Right?
Oh.
Oh. You
And this is
52?
the final one.
Damn.
Man looks
Yeah,
real
Silver
good
Fox.
for 52. Because Von Zeeks looks older than he does.
Yeah, what
and
the
he's
fuck?
only 32. Also, what the fuck? Von Zeeks is like old man.
It's all the racism juice that
It
he
is.
drinks.
Oh my god.
And Ningo is indeed the older brother.
Oh, 27.
He's 27.
Meanwhile, Gregson, who they keep calling their older brother, is 44. So.
Oh shit.
Wild. Bruv, come on. The game's up. We gonna die. Might as well tell the truth.
In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
the truth.
Sorry. I got our characters mixed up.
You good. You gooch.
You're a pair.
Yeah, well,
A rare
yes.
pair? Okay.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim.
You did.
Riddle me this, Batman. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place.
Very refined, Mr. Judge.
Thank you. Well,
Do we have to?
On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
All right. Encounter with the victim.
Alright, so we just got inside the coffin. Gave a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mark.
Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it.
Wherefore an old geezer he blinked. Was strong as an ox, he chucked me over the counter.
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
So, you're now telling us that the moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, isn't good enough.
Well. We find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time.
Also, I agreed with Chet. We've established that Von Zeeks is an immortal vampire with an OnlyFans account. He's much younger than he looks. I love that. Oh, this time we ain't got nothing yet. I'd.
Very well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. All right.
Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and even a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Hold it!
When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank?
Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. But we never thought no one was gonna come out of that back room like that.
The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom?
Can you sit down, please? Maverick.
Yeah, they must have been where he popped up from. Only place it could have been.
So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Jenny must have been in there. And at that point, it's 12.
But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you see the accused at that time?
Yo, walk that motor? Couldn't tell you.
In no way, Cobber. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Was someone hiding in the room and knocked Gina out?
It's a possibility.
Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we had it. We had it.
You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony, too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door.
Oh, did we?
But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, about that.
Was the victim Mr. Windibanks wielding a gun at the time?
Was ever blimey lummy, a great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me and Francis' face.
So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time. Is that right?
Use our Google Translate.
Literally. I have no idea what y'all are saying, but...
It is covered, it is spot on.
And all of a sudden, he came at us. He did.
It was Bedlam, I didn't know who was going for you.
You were all clearly going for each other.
Yeah, like Nash said, we thought we'd ate it. I mean, the fine old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox, chucked me over the counter.
Hold it!
Yeah, I noticed that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony, too.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
Then got tangled in some marionette, what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked them scales on the floor.
So, in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter.
Well, Big Bouvier went flying over the counter like a gunshot. I can tell you, that old geezer pinned him.
He did, Ned, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a blooming pancake in seconds.
It would not have been an appetizing pancake, I can assure you of that. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There is a button under a counter used to activate it, which is presumably pressed by the victim.
That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they?
Poor Mr. Winterbank. He did everything he could to protect his shop. And then he died!
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank?
No, never. I was just, looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? It was being flattened and don't forget it.
By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes.
And then the man fled into the storeroom. When you pointed your gun at him, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in.
There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true.
Then sit.
I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun.
Ah. Yeah, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winterbank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again?
Magic.
I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it?
This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it.
Look, the point is, me and me brother.
That's right, Nate, that's right. Me and me brother here. Never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
Hold it!
You say you had nothing to do with it?
Nothing at all.
Nothing of nothing. The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, did he?
Locked it was from the inside.
Wait, no, it was because we tried to open it.
But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong. Wouldn't budge an inch.
So, in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused Miss Gina Lestrade. I win.
It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel?
I don't know. Was there anyone else, apart from Gina, who could have possibly shot Mr. Winterbank? I mean,
That Aggie bitch.
if we say there's no one else, then Gina's gonna get
Yeah.
tailed for it. So, sure, there could have been. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
What?
What's that look for?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely.
It did?
What is your point, my learned friend?
Yikes.
The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all.
You have my attention.
I don't want it, thanks.
Thanks,
In
but no
that
thanks.
case.
Bye.
Yeah.
Let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts, so pray, what other possible answer to that question of who shot the man could there be?
Counsel. You must now provide answers to the court in respect of 2 conundrums.
2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe?
Indeed. Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And, furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood, my lord.
Are you right, Reno?
I'm not entirely sure, but there is one thing I'm sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to your questions posed by his lordship. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun.
Okay. So, we know that if they were inside, they couldn't get out.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were there, so we would have seen them leave. Which means they had to have been outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no other way you could get a shot inside than if you were standing right here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna... I think that checks out. The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here.
Hmm. And in answer to the second question...
My Maverick is doing bad things. Senses tingling. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time?
I mean, he couldn't have moved, so
Right.
he had to have been inside the door.
Right, and there's a little, like, hole.
Yeah.
You can easily do that. There was a hole.
The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom.
Continue.
Mr. Windibank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So, you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled my gun on him and then he legged it through that door in the back room. If Mr. Windibank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time.
I'm back.
Hi!
Oh! The door was open at the time.
It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom.
No!
To think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
That was so long ago, Iris, no.
No, that was months ago, honey. Moving on to finding of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Oh, chat brings a point. Can someone shoot from under the desk? The autopsy said it was fired from a point below the victim's wound.
Maybe.
Maybe. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
Oh man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety.
Of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory.
So, the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windibank.
Objection!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten. The storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot and fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a zombie.
But... What if someone else locked the door? Yeah. There is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Yeah, there is. There was someone else found inside the storeroom. Duh.
Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described. The defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
I mean, there's only one possibility, right? Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
Duh.
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck.
I am inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel?
Yeah. That's a tricky one. That, isn't it?
Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does? I mean, she just saw a man die in front of her and get shot. Like, would you not shut and lock the door?
Exactly. She don't want to get shot.
Well, if I was Ginny in this situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh, yeah. Obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom.
Intruders, eh? That's sounds bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment?
I see where you're going with this.
Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it.
Yeah, we gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never should know one.
Objection.
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact you would. Because
You're
before
burglars.
my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Yeah, bitch.
There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder.
Oh, go. No.
Where did that leave us? You mean to say it wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all? I should have known it was those three brothers. They look as shady as a dense forest.
Three brothers.
Amazing, Reno. All the members of the jury seem to be family on your side now.
I know! First time ever! And probably the last.
Don't jinx it.
Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of no.
Here we go.
Jesus.
An admirable effort, my learned friend.
What's this now? He's laughing?
Oh, this is good.
Sorry. You find the situation amusing, Lord Von Zieks.
Is this the laughter you do when you lose? Please?
Yes. This is my losing laugh.
I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive.
Time to crack open a cold one with the boys. I dare say. Such what? Chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial Eastern nation.
Oh.
But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here.
What?
Exactly what? The hypotheses that you put forward so ostensibly, credibly, cannot and will not stand.
I love how you're making fun of my one hypothesis when I've just debunked like 6 of yours.
True that, fam.
Because you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
A fatal flaw?
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your own logic's failing?
Obviously. I say, Lord Van Six, might be an idea to explain this Bali conjuring trick, or whatever it is, to the troops on the ground. Hmm?
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand.
Oh, there it goes.
Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets.
By George, count bullets?
Oh dear. He noticed then.
Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Well, how come that 10-year-old knows and we don't?
'Cause we're stupid.
Counsel?
Yes, sir? Don't say sir to him.
Yes, bitch? Oh.
There you go.
Tell the court, how many bullets were found in the scene of the crime?
2. 2 bullets.
Oh, very good. You can count to 2. Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective Mr. Herlock Sholmes on his arrival on the scene.
I'm loving the quotes around detective. Like,
Air quotes, detective.
detective.
If that's what you want to call him.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet, which injured Mr. Sholmes, appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Why do I feel like we're heading towards another summation examination?
Yep. 10%.
Your lordship, understanding is correct. Yes, it's very correct. Furthermore, we know that there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank.
Is the other one my arm? These guns?
Yes. Yeah, oh, they're very good. I've been looking at them all the way from over here. But anyway, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver.
You want to stare, you have to pay.
Well, I have an OnlyFans, but what do you have? The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Let's be honest, I don't have enough work to support us. I may also have an OnlyFans. Or Susato is selling her 1800s fan fiction.
Oh,
Absolutely,
yeah,
I would read that in a heartbeat. I'll give you $5 right now. I mean, £5, sorry. Pounds.
Yes, indeed, it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness. I think you'll find.
That last laugh that Von Zix did was sexy. I mean, that if the single bullet that was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes' face.
This is Sato doing fake commission.
Windibank, not shot by same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nipponi street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However,
I'm not a street performer. I'm a stripper.
was
It's
never.
different.
honk honk clown clown noises. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, it was never anything more than diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny.
Order, order, order.
Oh,
Motherfuckers,
there
I
goes
said
the
order.
bottle.
And that's how many fucks I give. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery.
Just
I
taking
hit
out a
another
child, it's
hobo.
fine, you know.
It was a good sound.
Lord Van Zeeks.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, this person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has past riddled with criminal conduct.
We already know you have a shit ton of prejudice, my dude.
The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. Oh shit. And I have here, in my possession, one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to conveniently present.
That disc.
It's not a frisbee, yes. I'll be taking that whatever it is, McGilded, down to the yard. Thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine. It's mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yeah, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc.
Poison to kill Cusco's boys. Okay. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windibank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her.
Oh, you fuck off.
And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Good gracious.
Yes, I know I know a lot of words. Make no mistake. Any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed. No crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact as its peril.
The rat is against me now?
Not the rat. Not you too, Chuck E. Cheeses.
I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel.
Hold it!
Oh shit. Lord Van Zeeks, I am.
Inspector Gregson? What?
Yes, Inspector. You wish to breathe in my general direction? We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and I think we agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
Well, I think he's just used it as evidence. What's this all
I
about?
forgot that meeting.
Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Von Zeeks at all.
Shit, someone finna get fired? I am unaware of such a meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent.
You think this man would listen to government bigwigs?
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Well, shit. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord, because I hate losing.
Funny how many times you've done it then.
Indeed.
Oh, well, and that's the stream.
Just gonna study my nails over here.
Just filing my nails in the background. No, party real loud. Prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character.
You have not established method, though, so it's not all three parts of a crime.
I'm getting to it. There is nothing more to add.
Motive, opportunity,
Thank
method. Sir, have you never
Thank
taken a
you.
criminology class?
And scene. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case.
Yeah, we're about to go into another summation examination. I can feel it in my bones. I feel it in my jellies.
In
Not
our
the
jellies.
I don't
Not the
believe
jelly.
it. I had the jury on my side for once! For all of 5 minutes! I think 5 minutes is generous.
It was more than 5 minutes. You doing good, bitch.
Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, you know, even though it has.
My lord!
Bailiff Elmo.
Wonder if I might say something at this point.
I'd rather you didn't, but okay.
Please don't.
Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of fog up till to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden I changed my mind. The answer's fully obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it.
You can't
Oh,
speak
no.
for me. Oh, here we go. Shit.
Very well, the court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you present your leanings to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
No! No!
Guilty.
No!
Guilty.
Oh shit!
Guilty.
Not the rat!
No, not the rat! Ratatouille, Ratatouille, no. Well, shit.
Alright. Summation examination part 2, electric boogaloo. Here we go again.
Yep.
We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated... hold on, let me try that again. I was too busy relatively. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Except for the fact you didn't eliminate the impossible. You just, like, talked against this 17-year-old.
I can't hear you. La la la, it's the truth. La la la.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. This is plagiarism. I'm going to sue you.
Sue him, Iris. I might win that case.
How dare he use it against us?
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windbank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day.
I don't even have to ask for it now.
Right? He's
The
just like,
judges is
well,
like,
I know
yep.
what the fuck's coming now.
Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready? Garradeb Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir.
That gave me chills. That was good.
Yeah, ooh, spicy.
Thanks. I will never be able to do that again. Very good.
Don't expect me to replicate.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
Because he said so.
Because that fancy man over there done said so.
Yeah. The jury's contention.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
Oh, fuck you.
Whoa.
Ow.
Whoa there,
Class-
son.
As only 2 bullets were found in the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
Cross your eyes harder. I never imagined that simple operation could cause me such grief.
What does
Oh my
poor
God.
Mr. Sholmes have inside of him?
I swear to God, I was watching TikToks, and there was a TikTok about a stereoscope, and I that came across my For You page, and I was like, no!
It's real. It's happening.
The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistic expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. And no, that is not suspicious.
Okay.
That's not suspicious.
Yeah.
That's not weird. It would seem there's little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was rather bowled
Mm-hmm.
over by the argument put forward by the Chapman Black. I have seen too many shootings. I have done too many shootings. But when that fell apart, like that house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. I said no more, sir.
The whole courtroom is turning against me. Again.
It's not fair.
Iris?
The prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer.
Thank you. That's my child right there.
Cracked open another one. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter.
Yeah, well, let me consider your alcoholism at 11 a.m.
Oh, shit. Touche. Here's to the truth coming out eventually. I love my job.
That's enough preamble, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
If you want a preamble, I will gladly sing.
Yes, my lord. No one wants to hear you sing, Mr. Prosecutor.
Not yet.
The only song I want to hear him sing is the not guilty song. The defense's rebuttal.
I need to make that up now. Oh. Give me a sec.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
Hold it!
Just because
Stop
Miss
being a
Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Prejudice.
Because I believe your wife has some shit she did. Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
oh shit. I beg your pardon. Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces? The greatest military organization in the world.
That's an opinion, not a fact.
No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous.
Hey, yo.
Well, yes.
Tell him, honey.
Might have a point there, I suppose. But let's not forget, the girl had already shown she had it in her before. She's clearly a criminal sort, through and through. I can't deny it.
When you say that she'd shown she had it in her, are you referring to this?
Exactly. Tried to swipe that only a day earlier. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, she didn't try to kill a man over it. Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to create a copy of the disc, didn't he? And then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe.
Showed off his forearms.
Well, I still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? I mean, we still don't know. But I'd love to hear how the original compares to Harley's copy.
And a gilded disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we should examine it in more detail.
God, I hope it's All Star by Smash Mouth.
There we go. Alright, so since she just said that, let's examine it really quick.
Imagine if it was.
Aruna, look! This is blood!
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Oh, then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Bruno.
Can we get this done quickly, Iris, considering the fact I decided to do this right in the middle of the summation examination?
In a flash.
Bam! Here we go. And the blood is
Green.
green. Herlock.
Oh, a lovely bright shade again. A green.
Wait, that color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it?
Oh shit.
All right.
Are they alluding to like each color is a different person, not necessarily like a different blood type? That's what
Yes.
we're
'Cause,
going with here.
I think that we haven't quite figured out what blood types are yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so that green is whoever got shot there, which we thought was Mr. Sholmes.
Maybe it's not Mr.
I mean, maybe it's him.
Oh,
Okay.
this is sus.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
Hold it!
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced?
The Grinch's blood.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asked me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. One or two guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
Yes. So I suppose. If there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
A third bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be possible? I don't think I can prove it. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything that will prove it.
Maybe it's like in the first Phoenix Wright game where the bullet's still inside Mr. Sholmes' shoulder. And that other bullet in the thing is not actually not him.
I mean,
It could still be in his shoulder.
it could be. I just don't have any evidence for that. So, we'll say it's impossible for now and come back. Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police during their investigation.
Yes, I know.
Right.
And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well, I should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt.
And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. Sounds like a crime scene to me.
A third bullet.
It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it?
Do you think we might have found one lying around somewhere?
Maybe that's the thing in the surgery that can't be getting out.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. Jesus, I struggled with that word last time too.
So, if I understood correctly, you need 2 pictures. A left eye one and a slightly different right eye one. Oh my god, how many times do we have to go over this stupid stereoscope?
Exactly. Then you can see the scenes there in 3 dimensions, like this. I hate this.
So, if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them?
Sorry, I'm reading chat's comment. Okay, now that we have the blood profiles, I've been informed that there is at some point in this trial when we'll be told we aren't allowed to use them to prove something. Whoever tells us we can't do it is lying, because presenting the blood profiles after being told we can't is the only way to progress the story.
I mean, I don't like being told what I can't do, so...
Yeah. I think you'll find. No matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock.
How can you be so sure of that?
Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it?
This is a waste of time. I'm not gonna change this man's mind anytime soon.
Yeah, I never imagined a simple operation would cause me such grief.
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir?
I think it has something to do with this trial.
The defendant's life is on the line here.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I couldn't really say it's nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet is simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time,
Called it.
you were operating on...
Oh, what was the fellow's name now? Herlock? No, Herlock? Herlock? Why am I a surgeon?
Herlock Sholmes, by any chance?
Oh, yes, oh, good lord. It was Herlock, that Herlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, that's right, using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was fairly major up, I can tell you.
This is crazy. This man just did surgery and immediately came to be on this jury, like...
Jury duty calls, man.
Yeah, so yeah, when you got jury duty, man.
Yeah.
You stop whatever you're doing, apparently.
Let's see, the fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. And he said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shop. But the funny thing is, I went over to the inside with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. Good times.
Okay, I hate to state the obvious, but
Yes?
surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting?
The counsel for the defense is correct. As clearly shown in this photographic print.
Okay, I know that, Dingo is small, but that had to have been a hell of a trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally.
Oh, who do you think I am, son?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
Oh, as soon as I saw the wound on the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Or
Yes,
are you saying that you checked his back?
like a nice hot pancake, of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury, no sign that the bullet had left his body at all.
What?
Still in there?
That's the point. The only logical conclusion that was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I set about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it?
I mean, I have to say, I'm a little relieved that Mr. Sholmes doesn't just have a random scalpel floating around in him now.
Good times.
It's just possibly a bullet.
Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery?
It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together.
Wah, 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 wah.
The mystery of where the bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's the expert when you need one?
Actually, we have one.
The bullet.
These two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Lamau.
Oh, a ballistic expert?
Beating. B-I-T-T. Brad
On
Pitt.
the night
Yes.
in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you.
This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland.
Huh?
It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold.
Golly.
I love the anticipation. The snow was piling high on both sides of road. I was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind and fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I heard today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body. No sign of how you say exit wound.
Then where did the bullet go?
Bullet never hit me. Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Did we just do unnecessary surgery on him?
Holy shit. Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound. Oh, good gracious. Now, of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution of mystery of disappearing bullet. Well, shit. Oh, but that doesn't answer my question at all. The shooting happened in a pawnbroker shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
No,
You
exactly
know.
the same thing.
That man is a weirdo. Where exactly was Harley shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Are we going to
Yes,
find out that he has an emotional support ice cube or something? Like,
Yes, he does.
a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigation.
why would you put that on you? What?
What the fuck,
Really?
bitch?
Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
The fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I can remember. If I may.
Lord Von Zeeks?
While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, even though I'm doing it right now, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
I thought you'd left a pair of scissors in the man for all this trial. Like, don't start telling me you're not forgetful.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping, along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Otherwise, we'd be dead because apparently they're deadly or some shit.
Very well. Well, extremely unconventional during a summation examination. I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed.
Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch!
Thanks, Bailiff Elmo.
You're welcome.
Gotta go fast.
I see. So, this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it?
Look at that. One of the vials is broken, and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the vial exploded.
Exploded.
So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was a glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
So yes, we did just subject him to unnecessary surgery. It's fine.
Nice. This bullet did not penetrate victim, which was deflected into wall of shop.
Yeah, you don't get to say anything, bitch.
A delightfully complex aroma.
Okay, you can stop talking again, man.
Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case.
Huh?
The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
Oh.
Yeah, well, at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
You're welcome, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
You can sleep at night.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence.
Hallie's pouch isn't scruffy. I made it.
Now, the summation examination. It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion.
But please, my lord, just a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue, and you can't afford to overlook anything here, Dianosuke. There's still a way to turn this around. Somehow. I'm sure of it.
You got this, babe.
Alright, well. Now I have some evidence for juror number 2. Go ahead and press you. Number of bullets. There were more bullets.
Give her more bullets, yeah. That's
bullets.
what she wants.
I can prove it.
Yeah.
Allow me to show you then the third bullet.
Take that!
Hey, yo.
I don't suppose this. What, do I need to look at it?
What?
Can I see that there's a bullet in there somewhere?
Oh.
Oh, look! There's a hole here at the back. Doesn't look much like a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force.
Something must have pierced it somehow to have left this hole behind.
Yeah, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they?
Is it in there?
I can't tell if that's it or not.
The These glass vials are full of how little make potions.
Homemade?
Oh God.
Yes, like fingerprinting powder to show up where people have touched things. And scent amplifying solution to intensify smell lingering on an object.
That's amazing.
He's a wizard. They're all very easy to use. There's just one thing that you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable.
Mr. Sholmes is a walking bomb.
Isn't that great?
Either he's passionate about finding out the truth or just oblivious to the dangers.
Oh, this man don't give a if.
Okay, now let's do this. Both is good.
Mm-hmm.
This file's been smashed to pieces. Presumably, this is where the bullet struck.
As soon as the bullet hit the chemicals in the fire, there would have been a really big explosion.
A big explosion?
Well, Hurley's potions and chemicals are amazingly useful for the investigation work he does. But they're also quite tricky to handle. Safely, at least. They're very dangerous.
Oh.
I'm sure that when the fire broke, the chemical inside would have ignited.
Note to self. Always walk on the right-hand side of Mr. Sholmes in the future. The left is the danger zone. Okay, so if it would have caught on fire, then it's really scorched badly, just here.
Oh, the strap is broken. Look.
This must be where the bullet hit, then.
Let me see.
Hey!
Hey, yo.
What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken vial was. Do you see it?
Oh, that's a bullet. The Skulking Brothers bullet.
What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is there were 3 bullets fired at Windibanks that night.
Hey, yo.
We've found exactly what the juror was talking about. The third bullet.
It's time to press that juror again. Yeah, except for the fact that I already did. So we're going to take a penalty really quick.
Time.
All right. Yeah, this wouldn't pass as the third bullet.
It passes for a bullet as much as you pass for a lawyer, my learned friend.
What happened to you not talking during summation examinations? Coming from you, I'm going to take that meaning not much.
In no way does it resemble a bullet. If that helps your understanding of my last remark.
Aw.
Was being sarcastic.
Counsel, at the very least, I would expect the evidence you present to be of the correct form.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Let's actually try to find this third bullet before we attempt that again, Runo.
Yeah,
Even though we just did.
Yeah. Alright. Come on.
Hold it!
I found the bullet. I was just stupid and didn't look for it beforehand.
Same.
I thought we could find it together. Apparently this was not a group project.
With the power of friendship.
Alright, allow me to show you then the third bullet. The third bullet!
Now we can show the third bullet.
Here it is. We discovered it just now, and you all could have been involved in this, but no. You made fun of me instead. Yes, on the night in question in Windibank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer?
I just coughed it up, it's fine.
Where did you find that bullet?
Up your ass.
You beat me to it, damn it!
Around the corner, literally.
It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. You know, that pouch that you've had for the last 24 hours that you decided you didn't want to look at.
Nice.
This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to the hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Except for you.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Ah.
2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence.
Yes, that of Mr. Windibank and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers.
And examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each.
Ah.
But that must mean
There's a third gun.
That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
I hate you.
Sir, that was an uncomfortable sound. Please never make that again.
Order.
Right.
While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter.
What?
Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once.
Okay.
Around. Debate it. I am not a brother.
Witnesses. Governor. That was me. Were you listening to the proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? Not completely.
We was, Governor, we was.
Also playing patty cake, but
In the background. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. The third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime, regrettably. What do you make of that? Is it one of yours? Go blimey, Dr. Charles. In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What? Never. The Skulkin brothers walk alone.
It's just the two of us, that's our trademark.
how soon we forget poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene were originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
That's in. Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Okay, thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. A picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. Did they have a secret accomplice? Did they have another gun? Or it's got nothing to do with them?
Secret accomplice.
Yeah, secret accomplice.
And it's that Aggie bitch.
Oh, crap. On that night at Windibank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice, but the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present. Someone carrying a gun.
Yep. Secret accomplice with another gun. What number am I on, chat? An accomplice, you say? Pigswill.
You're Pigswill.
Her face is Pigswill. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations.
No, you forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. The first one because you were racist as shit, and the second one because you were classist as shit.
I wonder what kind of thing I will do next time. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man, if this apparently wraith-like being exists.
We're at Chalice Count 6, by the way.
Woo!
Oh, and there
6
goes
is come
my
and gone.
6th one, now it's 7. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without this fantasy will be crushed.
Ow, ow.
The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was never at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
The Skulkins are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding? Oh, I just got a weird idea.
Hello, Council. What's your weird idea?
So, the green blood on the disc. We were thinking that it was bloody to begin with, right? But didn't Egbert, Benedict, or Ashley, as I've been calling him, didn't he touch it as well?
Yep.
What if that was when he got the blood on the disc?
Mhm.
Which would mean that the green blood on the wall would also be his. Which would mean he
Yep.
would be the third person.
Yep.
I don't
That's
have
what
any
I've been
proof for it,
thinking
but
this entire time.
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is... I kind of have to, ready to present answers, I think, because
Ready.
otherwise there's nothing I can do. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
I just took a lot of cocaine before this trial. Leave me alone, Fonzie.
That's why I'm shivering.
Exactly. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference.
In that case, Council, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. Forgot I had my hair in space buns and I just... Ow.
Oh no.
We're fine. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene?
I'm so
We're
sorry.
gonna go
I
with the
just
blood
imagined
portfolio.
the judge in space buns. Anyway.
Sorry.
The evidence is right here in this portfolio.
Would look great.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it?
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific.
Huh?
You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it?
We're gonna go with this one because it was actually at the scene of the crime.
Well, what am I looking at here?
Bloody calendar.
There appears to be some green paint, or such like, around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a blood stain, my lord. It's the Grinch's.
The Grinch stole your evidence.
A bloodstain?
Green blood. Curious, even for you.
It's called science, bitch.
Is the court to understand that the intruder was some inhuman creature?
Don't talk
An
about the
alien?
Grinch that way.
An alien or a
It's-
Grinch, perhaps?
Something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
A fanboy.
Look by the great detective. New invention. Stop. Not yet appeared in stories. Stop.
Damn, girl.
It's the sissy. It doesn't have a name yet, though. I'm thinking Splatoon. This bogus spray is a chemical that reaches with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood.
Yes, everybody's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So, by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension looking at blood.
That man is going to be a serial killer.
To looking at blood. You can trust me with small animals.
Yeah.
Why is
Talk
she
about-
excited by this?
Talk about blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop.
She's into vampire novels.
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank.
Ah, a striking blue.
Yes. So you see, the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop.
Sorry. Now, hold fire there, young man. Could be from someone unrelated to some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No, it's not unrelated. But
Who
thanks.
just randomly shoots a calendar?
The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed.
Ayo. True that.
Oh, my golly.
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
I know it's blood, is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Of course you would.
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Are we going with my whack job theory?
It has to be the egg bitch. It's Egbert.
We're gonna go with it. Ashley.
Ashley it is.
Ashley, I choose you. The man's name is Egbert Benedict.
Still an unfortunate name.
Egbert Benedict. Who
Yes,
on earth are
Egbert.
you talking about, Council?
He paid a visit to Windibank's pawnbroker on the afternoon before the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possessions.
That's right.
Hmm.
The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, Ashley for short, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
I gotta get Maverick back in the house. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Broke her.
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too. I didn't say yes. That's a hard
Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Oh, can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That more or less is what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windibank to print a show in the fellow. Taken from one of his red-handed recorders, Grubbins is.
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning.
And you claim this man as the brother's accomplice?
Well, hi, welcome back. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin? Oh, well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin?
Never seen the geezer before in me life.
You know, on me life, Governor, on me life, never seen him.
Oh, Maverick, ew. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion.
Because they're lying. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can.
Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Damn.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibank's.
Which is when the aforementioned Egbert Benedict. Egbert.
I like Egbert.
Egbert seems
appeared
funny.
on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
I believe this was me.
Yep.
Of course, sir. There's a disc for you. Here is the disc for you.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc. Is mine. That disc? That disc?
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You draw blood, you filthy animal.
Good. Good, Gina. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. These protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? I thought it was jam.
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Oh, Jen.
Using my trusty bugger gun.
Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio.
Something smells like we're about to be told we cannot use this. I say.
It's green.
It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar.
The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Eggert Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier that day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night.
Hey, yo.
So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Eggert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. Judge over here, like, how the fuck are you expecting me to find a man whose name is Eggert Benedict?
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law.
My dude, you lose cases and murder people.
Details. Herlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such.
Bitch, I will cut you.
And now you employ chemical substances devised by a fantastical persona in the highest court of the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So, the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Yes, to your successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color.
Well... Bitch, I do not want your foot.
Talk to the boot, bitch. And pray do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Von Zeke says free feet.
Von Zeke has 3 feet.
Free feet.
Oh, 3. I hope he doesn't have 3.
I knew it would come to this. Of course Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before.
3 feet. 3 feet.
Santa Claus.
About how he temporarily suspending the summation examination.
Oh,
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief, what did you say? Just say, young girl?
I'm the smartest person in the room, and in a summation examination, the decision is to whether or not the trial continues. It's in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it?
And she's gonna shoot them all with that gun if they don't choose to continue.
Exactly.
So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. Or should I say mine? At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
That's my kid.
We love her.
It really just comes down to one thing. Them hoes up there. Are they these ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are convinced by what you say, Reno? Is that about right, what you say, or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm the most powerful person on Earth. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
After that shrewd precis of the situation from an entirely unexpected source,
Underestimate her at your own will, my dude.
it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd. Little 10-year-old girl, really.
Maverick, my you're doing bad things sense is tingling. Can you stop? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings on this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions.
Don't underestimate him, bitch.
So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not
Hey, yo.
guilty.
Let's
Not
go.
guilty.
Hell yeah.
Guilty.
The fuck?
What the
Guilty.
fuck?
Not guilty.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
What
helped.
the
Back on our
fuck
thing.
happened to those two?
I helped that fucking man be able to sleep at night, and he hits me with a guilty verdict.
Two call guilty. Maverick, sit down. And 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. Prosecution refuses to accept this decision. Because I don't want to lose.
On what grounds?
On the grounds he's being a little bitch.
If these jurors persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
I mean, I did not necessarily want this jury either.
I want a new jury.
Well, they're picking on me. I'm sorry, Lord Von Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. Stop it. This trial will continue. Thank you, Finn.
Oh. Oh, damn.
Bailiff Finn
But-
agrees. Oh. Bailiff Maverick thinks it should be over. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness,
With a very obviously fake name.
but sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
Maverick. The name of the gentleman gave for himself, Eggert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it! Oh my god. Just when I thought I'd managed to prove the man was there that night.
Who names their
Um,
child Eggert, first of all?
Could I say something?
Bailiff Elmo?
Who was that, please? Who spoke?
Oh,
It was me, my lord.
Juror number 5?
Mambo number 5.
Swear to God. What have you to say, madam? If possible, Inspector.
Me, ma'am.
Yes, you. I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one which the gentleman is shown.
Oh, right, yes, this one you mean. Mr. Benedict? That's my ex. No. If it is, holy shit.
Yes,
That's her ex. Damn.
there is no doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5? You don't mean to say you know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What?
Your ex. No. The tea has been spilled in this here British.
Order. Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see.
The gentleman in the photograph is. Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop.
Okay, at least that's not your ex.
A very talented operator, in fact. Stop.
She has better taste in men than that.
Yeah. Thank God.
On my ears, itchy, crazy. He would be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagined that Kumbus would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable day job. Whatever he gets up to at night.
Yeah, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong.
If the gentleman is at London's communications station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Maverick. Stop. Swear to God. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson.
Yes, my lord.
I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess.
Will there be a ball pit? I mean, yes, sir, my lord.
Ball pits are only for good boys. No. No ball pit for you.
Damn it. Hashtag I
Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
All right. We've done it. We survived another trial segment. Yay. And we're going to find out Ashley's real name.
Yeah, it's probably not Professor Egbert, Ashley, Charles Augustus, Milverton, Aggie, Grinch, Gina, Ted, Skulky, Chip, Baskerville, Benovich, Moriarty to the third.
I mean, look, I know it's not going to be Ashley, but in my heart, it will always be Ashley.
It's always going to be Ashley.
It
no
will
matter
always
what
be
it ends up
Ashley.
being.
No matter what his name actually is, he will be Ashley for the rest of his life.
It's Ashley.
So obviously we're going to stop here for tonight. Next stream is Sunday. We'll see if I decide to do an extra stream in there somewhere. Yeah, anyone got any announcements?
Nope.
Yay.
No.
Yay.
Well,
all right.
okay. Well,
Oh.
Dream Valentine Live tickets at the concert that I'm a part of, there is a discount going on right now. So if you buy the tickets now for whether it's the live stream or the in-person event, then yeah, it will be discounted. So
Yay.
get your tickets now while they're discounted. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys there and can sing for you guys. It'll be fun.
Yay.
Yeah. So go to @DreamStageIdol on Twitter and you'll get all the info. Yay.
Woo. All right. Cool. So next, we will see you next stream. Have a good night. Wash your hands, wear your mask, get vaccinated. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.